Where is Spencer? Spencer! You've been in here for like an hour. Why are his work boots off? When did you put on Crocs?
These are my pooping shoes.
What are you coloring?
It's a unicorn.
All right, get back to work. As you can see, that was probably pretty much every day when Spencer goes to the bathroom. Just kidding. Anyways, I want to give a little disclaimer for what you're about to see. The first part of this tool belt video is going to actually be Spencer giving you guys a tour of his pouches. We kind of filmed this on the job site after a day of work, and me and him have kind of been coming up with some ideas for some jokes, but I just want to put out there that these are jokes. We do not condone any of this stuff that you're about to see. We do not condone drinking, especially drinking on the job. That's a no, no, no. So yeah, just take everything you see with a little grain of salt. We were just having some laughs. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you right after we are finished with Spencer.
Did you give me a countdown?
Oh, you're already going, dude.
Oh, cool. I'm Spencer, I'm the laborer, the cut guy, just here for the paycheck, AKA the fall guy, the ladder holder, not certified yet, tape holder, hand holder, the butt of the joke, the new guy, Mr. Underpaid. And I'm a framer, but one time I was in the basement moving water for 5 hours, so I don't know how to describe my job to people. Usually, sometimes I'll take a day off or two in the hopes that the crew realizes just how much they actually need me. Mr. Odd Job. I go by a lot of names. All right, this is the pouch review. All right, I got Derek holding the camera right now. We're recording. All right, so my original pouch was the Husky from Home Depot. It was very crappy, very cheap, like $80. And then I finally needed an upgrade. And I talked to Derek here and I gave him a budget of, I think, no more than $300. And he picked out for me the Gatorback Contractor Pro. Yeah, I love it. I'll go over the pros and cons with you in a moment, but let's get into what I keep in my pouch. All right, start off with the hammer. This is my Gelato 16 ounce. I love the curved handle. I'm a personal fan. Wooden handles because anytime I've used my first hammer, I bought a DeWalt steel, something like 40 bucks, and the actual handle was breaking and bending whenever I was trying to pry. But that's my hammer. A bunch of pencils on me. I usually keep like 5 to 10 on me at all times because the crew, they always need one. I gotta be ready. All right. I got my chalk line. I don't have a preferred brand. They all break in a month. This is a donut. Forgot about that. I get hungry a lot. All right, I always keep a drink on me. I got water. And then whenever I get cold, Fireball. I get that donut stuck in my throat. So I'm gonna go ahead and start dumping out a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go over everything I keep in here. Gonna go through everything I got here in a moment. All right, so first I'm gonna get into the pouch really quick. So pros and cons. Overall, very happy with it. The only thing I don't like is I would rather have another pocket for my chalk line. My chalk line always falls out. Keep it right here. In here, it's just too much of a hassle to get in. The only other con is it's very bulky. I can't fit through the walls. Other than that, it's very good, great upgrade. It tore apart very quickly. They had a tape holder right here, like a clip. right there, and I had one right here, but it's very hard to get off. But I'm actually a huge fan of this clip right here. I usually hit like a drill or whatever I'm using. If I have a drill, it holds up very well and it's not going anywhere. So let's get into what I have in my pouch. Fat Max 30, nothing crazy. I got antidepressants. I can't do the job any other way. This is the Husky. I'm trying it out again. I bought it a couple years ago. I don't really like it. The one thing I don't like, unless you have a very sharp pencil, you can't scribe on one side because it's too thick. It has to be very thin to fit in there. I usually have condoms. Safety first here, boys. We have to always have protection. Again, my hammer, keep that right back here. The only thing I might want to do on my pouch, I can't reach. If I need my left hand to grab the hammer, it's kind of hard to reach. I'm thinking about getting rid of that, moving this over, but I don't know yet. Catch paw. This is very important. Now, as a laborer, I'm sure all my other fellow cut guys, laborers, squeegeeing people can relate to me. Now, I'm currently working on a dolphin.
Oh, precise work.
It's a dolphin. It's not done yet. Didn't have enough free time today, but I'll finish it next time. Every now and then I get some free time. This is very special to me. I got various colored crayons to color with. Every now and then I get hungry. I usually keep half a box of nails on me, or an entire box of me. We usually get a couple shipments, and I'll just load my whole pouch up with it. They're not for me. I don't actually do any framing. I just like the weight. It makes me feel heavier and bigger than I actually am.
I can't keep it together, dude.
This is my razor blade. Nothing crazy. On my Husky pouch, I had a big problem where my speed square always fell out. I keep this right here. This just pops right in. I actually love that a lot. I never have any problems, doesn't move. I like to keep some Band-Aids on me, just in case. I'm a big Frozen fan. This screwdriver, I keep having problems with my chalk lines, and I usually open them up. I just keep that on me just in case. That's everything I keep in my pouch. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and if I can somehow get donuts for free out of this, I'll eat a donut for every subscriber Derek gets in the next week.
Well, most of that was serious, but a lot of it was a joke.
Yeah, this is not actually
any of that stuff.
This is actually kind of silly.
Stop eating crayons. So, I just want to thank Spencer for this wonderful sign that he made me. Anyways, you guys know the deal. Shouldn't even have to say another word. Alright, well, it looks like I saved you guys a little time lapse. I was not recording. Fantastic. But hey, you've seen that, what, twice now? Okay, hopefully you don't see that, can you? Hopefully you guys got a kick out of a little idea that mainly Spencer came up with. So yes, I did not force him to do that. I've had a couple comments asking me for another tool belt tour, because I do have 2 other different belts than my previous belt, which I will put the link of the video in the description. But this was that belt that I did that video on. I do still use this belt. I use all 3 of them. It's fun. I'm a tool hoarder. Yeah, it's really just an addiction. But one of the main reasons why I was so hesitant on doing an update, on doing another tool belt tour, is because nothing has really changed. Like, a lot of my tools are the same. I might have a few different here and there, but you know, different layouts of the belt does make sense to kind of go over it again and actually show you guys these belts, because in the previous video I said that I always wanted a leather setup, and that's the main thing I got. So let's go to the belt that I'm currently using now on the job site. It has everything in it. I didn't touch a thing. So let's see what we have in that belt. This guy I call the triple threat. Let's see if I can show it well on camera. There she is. So what we have here is 2 Occidental pouches on a Acrobus leather belt. Something fell out of it. So yeah, basically it is a combination of Acrobus leather and Occidental. But when I was in Colorado visiting Jared Kaufman and framing with those guys for a week, one of Jared's friends, Ethan, had this Acrobus leather belt and the back pouch that he did not want anymore. So I went ahead and bought it off of him. And also while I was there, we went tool shopping because what else are a bunch of 20-year-old framers gonna do? So I made that awesome decision and bought 2 full leather Occidental pouches, which Jared helped me pick out. I actually was gonna buy the wrong one, and apparently like there's a directional thing with the square. I was gonna buy a righty instead of a lefty, which is, I wanted a left-handed. I didn't think there was a difference, but there is, so watch out for that. And another big thing that I did was attach a Diamondback hammer holster onto the bags, which was an awesome decision. It's so cool seeing it on a pouch that you wouldn't expect it to be on. All right, so first things first, we'll start off with my right side. Obviously, we'll start with the hammer first. This is just a pretty old fawn that I found on eBay. I finally rehandled it because I did break a handle on it because this is a pretty heavy hammer. Also, cool thing about this hammer, it pings. Like whenever you hit anything, it makes this pinging sound, like ping. I'm like, dude, my hammer has a sound effect. I love it. Jared, let me know if yours does the same thing because that's really cool. Then I have my knife, which is still kicking. I don't know if any of you guys remember this thing. Still kicking. Still works perfectly, and I want to keep it that way because I never want to let go of this thing. We have a pencil, and I think I do have another pencil. Yep. Then we have my Allen wrench set again. Use it for the pass load guns. Got tape measure, 35 Fat Max. And this is usually where I keep my racks of 16s. Usually I like them on my right side. And that's about it in this pouch. I do carry some stair gauges. I just keep losing them. And this is a new spot I'm trying out that hopefully they won't come loose. Maybe I should just keep them in my truck, but they still go missing there too. So maybe I'll just use a pitch block, honestly, and get rid of these things. Let's talk about this pouch though. Just has one little pouch for your tape measure. It's got a little knife slot, little slot for whatever. It does have that little hammer loop bolted using the bolts that they gave me, and then I added my little one here to bolt this strap on, and it works out perfectly. So there's that whole side. Oh my god. All right, I keep my chisel in this back pouch. We recently got done with 2 decks where we did Trex railings, and this little welder's silver pencil came in handy, marking that black metal. So I'm gonna keep this on me. Next we have a little saw wrench, and then you guys know the V-line clamp. This is for sheathing angles. A lot of people say it's pointless. This is just my preference now, and I don't think I'll ever go back to anything else. People learn how to do it their way. Snapping a vowel line, it's not that difficult, it's not that complicated. I just like fun tools. I put my gloves in here. I have not used this bit slot yet. That's mainly because we don't really use a lot of bits. Like, we don't really drill a lot of stuff. Once again, this was an Acrobus pouch that came with this belt. This is a Martinez, just the aluminum version. This chalk line is, the gears are getting busted on it. We got a little crescent wrench. I like to carry a little crescent wrench. It's always needed. Next, this is a new purchase for me. This is just a little titanium stiletto cat's paw. Nothing really special to say about this thing. It's a cat's paw. It's really light. And then next we have just an Empire speed level. Next we got a little nail set, Sharpie random pole barn, which I've actually used a lot of recently. And then this pouch is also where I keep my hand drives. So my hand drive 16's going here in this big pouch. Also there's a little GoPro attachment. And then I put my hand drive 8 pennies in this bigger pouch. I really like this leather. It feels awesome. It's a little bit on the heavy side, and these suspenders help a ton. These were also a new discovery for me. These are really stretchy. What are these, nylon? These are Carhartt, but they're really stretchy and bouncy. So when they're actually on your shoulders and they're tightened up, this pouch just bounces perfectly and you barely feel any weight. Okay, so that basically concludes this whole pouch setup. I'm gonna go and get the other Occidentals and we'll take a look at those because you guys have probably seen those in a couple of videos too. Okay, so this is the Occidental leathers kind of nylon setup. First things first, I have a little red DB Sachs thing that's just clipped on the back of the belt. It originally came with a back hammer ring. I took that off just because I wanted to do something different, and now I use this leather hammer loop on the right side. But in the DB Sachs, same with the other pouch. I will keep my gloves in here, sunscreen, water bottle, once again my hammer, and I use that leather. But I actually kind of like the diversity here. My Diamondback, I have an Occidental back hammer holster that I use. This pouch, I use the front leather loop, and then the other pouch, I have the Diamondback hammer sleeve. I still carry my tape measure on my right side. Then coming back over here, chalk line still kind of in the same spot, upper left. So is the square. It has 2 separate little pouches for your hand drive. And this whole pouch is kind of the same exact layout as the other pouch. They kind of are similar to Spencer's pouches. They are very bulky, and it is noticeable walking through stud bays how much bulkier these pouches are compared to the other pouches that I have. So yeah, that kind of completes this little pouch setup too. You know, I never know the names of these pouches, so bear with me. I'll try to find them and put links in the description for each of these pouches, and hopefully they're the right ones. That's basically how I would set up both of those pouches with the exact same tools that I have been using for the past couple years. So I just want to reiterate something. None of this is meant to be like, this is the absolute truth. These are the absolute best tools, best pouches, best setup to have. Absolutely not. Everyone should have their own setup, their own personal preferences, and like what they like. Tools and tool belts and hammers and different gadgets and gizmos doesn't make a good carpenter. What makes a good carpenter is the carpenter himself, using whatever tools he's given. You give a good carpenter this hammer and a little carpenter's apron, he can still build the same house. Don't let that intimidate you. And I actually forgot a little something that I just found in these pouches. This little hand. Yeah, so I'm just carrying this around with me until somebody on the job site asks me for a hand. I think you know what comes next. Yeah, I got you. What else? Last little thing I want to go over is 3 little tools that I would like to carry in my tool belt. I just never do, but hopefully they make an appearance sometime. First being this little DeWalt laser measurer. I have not used this thing yet, and I'm actually afraid to pull out on my job site because I know the guys I work with, and they will think that this is inaccurate. I have learned that it is actually pretty damn accurate. Next little thing, I used to carry this back in the day, and some of you might call it useless. I actually used it a lot when I had it. It's just a little air chuck. You can connect and blow air off of the roof, off of anything you're working on, instead of using just a 16 penny. And then the last little thing is my notebook. I have lost the touch with this thing. I haven't really written down in it in the past couple months, and I have not really been using it in the past couple months. And it's something I really want to get better at. Making it have a purpose again would help me in many other ways than just what I could do with this thing. All right, so that basically concludes this quick little video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.